the Very Reverend Dean William Smitten, His Lordship Justice Keith Thom, and members of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Madam President, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Gaston Brown, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Mr. Dr. Baldwin Spencer, members of the upper and lower houses of Parliament, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chief of Defense and Chief of Defense Staff, Colonel Sir Trevor Thomas, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Veer Brown, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Antiguans and Barbudans. First, let me say thanks to all the speakers this morning, starting with our Honorable Prime Minister and our former Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, and our Attorney General. I do thank you all very much for your kind words. Former Prime Minister. And I do thank all of you for your very kind words, and I certainly will try my level best to live up to them. I wish, though, to thank our Prime Minister, the Honorable Gaston Brown, for selecting me for this position, and also to thank Her Majesty the Queen for appointing me as her representative in Antigua and Barbuda. And I also would like to thank the many persons who called, who sent cards, who offered prayers, and in any way expressed congratulations to me since the announcement. Sentiments of gratitude also go to my family for their tolerance of all that this new life entails. Today, it is with a deep sense of humility and of measured pride that I accept the appointment to this high office as the 4th Governor General and Her Majesty's representative in our beautiful country of Antigua and Barbuda. It is indeed an honor for me to sit here in these Parliament chambers, having never before been afforded the opportunity to do so at the opening of this respected edifice. I hold a deep love for our country and therefore welcome this opportunity to serve. In my many endeavors, whether in public life or in my profession as a physician or in my personal capacity, I have constantly strived to reach out to my fellow countrymen and women, indeed to our Caribbean brothers and sisters, and in fact to the rest of the world. I have dedicated myself to giving service to the best of my ability. Providing service to my community has been my constant watchword. In truth, my decision to pursue a career in medicine was primarily based on the notion that the field of medicine provided me with an excellent opportunity to serve mankind. Our father, who was a prominent political stalwart during his lifetime, endorsed my career choice and gave me all the encouragement and support that I needed to set out on this journey. I can still hear his counsel on so many aspects of life ringing in my ears almost daily. To him, I owe the greatest degree of respect and gratitude. Today, I can do no less than acknowledge the profound influence that Ernest Emmanuel Williams has had on my character and on my life. I served as a politician with dedication and with a high level of commitment. Not only was I committed to serving the constituency that elected me to represent them in Parliament in 1984, but I also did my utmost to serve my country when called upon to do so at the ministerial level. My ministerial portfolios during the period 1992 to 2004 included responsibilities for education, culture, technology, economic development, industry and tourism, environment, sports, youth, and community development. The experiences gained and shared throughout my political career have prepared me to carry out the role as Governor General of this fair nation of ours. This is not to say that there were no high seas to cross or mountains to climb along life's journey of winding twists and turns. But Samuel Butler, the English author, once said, "Life is like playing a violin solo in public and learning the instrument as one goes on." End of quote. I have shared my knowledge and experience with others along the way, and I, in turn, have gained from interaction with all of you. Having reflected upon the seriousness of the role that I'm called upon to play, and having expounded upon the importance of service and commitment, I will now flash back to the village of Sweets, where I was born, to Irene B. Williams, a long-standing teacher and educationalist, and Ernest Emmanuel Williams, our father, and a prominent political figure, both of whom dedicated their lives to the service of their country, and both of whom instilled in me a strong sense of duty, which I have manifested in a range of roles during my lifetime. I believe that they would, if still alive today, be gratified at the honor bestowed on me while being mindful of the duties and obligations that it brings. As a youth, I enjoyed cycling, football, cricket. I later became interested in lawn tennis and badminton, and was the first president of the Antigua and Barbuda Badminton Association, and the #1 player in badminton for many years. I developed a love for music, as you heard earlier, and played the piano. I played the keyboard, as you heard, in the band at the Antigua Grammar School, where I was once the head boy, and also in a music trio at various hotels on the island. As a matter of fact, there are musicians in Antigua, in particular 2 doctors, whose names you heard before, who I assisted in teaching some of the rudiments of music. While growing up, I farmed a 1/4 acre of land near our family home, growing lettuce, tomatoes, potatoes, pawpaw, and limes. And both from music and farming, I was able to earn my own pocket change and give pocket change to my brothers and sisters. I would wish that the young people of today take note, for in the words of a French novelist, George Sand, he said, and I quote, "Work is not man's punishment, it is his reward and his strength, his glory and his pleasure." End of quote. I developed a love for teaching as a result of a deep admiration for our mother, and spent 2 years in the teaching service at the Antigua Grammar School, my alma mater. But I soon realized that teaching did not pose a resounding challenge, and that the call to medicine prevailed. I graduated from the University of the West Indies Medical School in Jamaica in 1976, and promised myself that at no time in my career would a patient be turned away from receiving health care because he did not have the means to pay for it. I have never consciously broken that promise because I have a never-ending philosophy in my mind that a man's health should never be dependent on his wealth. And the good Lord has surely given me strength, courage, and the guidance to enable me to fulfill that promise. I therefore wish to express openly my thanks to Almighty God for all the goodness and mercy that he has bestowed on me. Surely we all recognize that he is truly the ultimate and only physician. In the period 1978 to 2013, I broadened my scope by becoming certified in aviation medicine, by attending courses at the Royal Air Force Institute of Aviation Medicine in Farnborough in the United Kingdom, and the Federal Aviation Aeronautical Institute in Oklahoma in the USA, and then went on to do sports medicine at the US Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs in the USA, and also in Australia. And I achieved my fellowship in aviation medicine in 2007 in the United States. I have also been serving as a senior international aviation medical examiner for the Federal Aviation Association of the USA and Transport Canada, and provided consultancy aviation services for airlines locally, regionally, and internationally. With respect to sports medicine, I have played an active role in assisting our sportsmen and women and their associations in keeping healthy and raising funds. Fees for service have never been a significant consideration in my sports medicine endeavors. To me, it was simply a matter of utilizing my knowledge, skills, and competencies to help our sportsmen and women of our country achieve their best. My unending quest for service to the nation continues. We live in troubled times, in a turbulent and too frequently seemingly rudderless world. Today's national scenario is littered with concerns about unemployment, lack of investment capital and jobs, attitudes to work and productivity, the high cost of living and the declining standards of living of our people, inadequacy, and even shortcomings in our health and education institutions and systems, the growing incidence of crime, deterioration in our cultural institutions and habits, lack of resilience in our youth, and the growing practice of inhumanity one to another. As I look to the future, it is my hope that our twin island nation, Antigua and Barbuda, will function in an environment that is clean and healthy, with its people well educated and industrious, productive, socially and culturally well adjusted. It is my hope that our people will live in blissful harmony. It is also my hope that starting from as early as possible, our young people will walk on the road to progress by setting goals and by acquiring knowledge and skills that will enable them to contribute to our domestic productivity and to enjoy and share the fruits of a prosperous economy. It is my hope as well that our nation will exhibit genuine manifestations of unity and togetherness among all of our people. As the 4th Governor General of Antigua and Barbuda, I promise to work towards uplifting of the social and cultural fabric of our nation. I plan to make my contribution to the further development of the health and wellness of our people. I intend to fulfill the advisory aspects of the role with honesty and integrity, holding at the fore the best interests of Antigua and Barbuda and all its citizens, the children and our future, and women and men in all their diversity. I will not shrink from difficulty and will stand firm in the support of the interests of many, not the few. I will serve with energy and commitment and strive always to consistently be a credible representative and a credit to our country and to the office conferred on me. And I accept this responsibility with both hands. In reaffirming my willingness to serve. I would like to end with the words of Stephen Grellick, an American humanitarian. I expect, and I quote, "I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to my fellow men, let me do it now. Let me not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again." Thank you very much.